This video chart presentation, International Minerals Corp. International Minerals trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange under the ticker IMZ. Stock actually found a bottom at a little bit lower price in July, and since then, it's been steadily making higher lows. Over the last couple weeks, trading in a very tight range, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the Bollinger Bands, right on the 20-day moving average. And as those Bollinger Bands are starting to tighten up, I think it's time to put this back on watch, see if it's going to make a sharper move. So you can see right through here, Bollinger Bands spread out, then when they tighten back up, there came a larger move. Now the Bolli's tightening doesn't tell you which way a move is going to happen, but it does raise some flags about a sharper move likely coming. So the combination of this tight trading range and those Bolli's coming together and the overall upward pattern the chart's been making for the last few months is enough to have us want to put this on watch and see where it goes in the future. Now the MACD is just slowly edging lower, coming back towards that zero mark. Honestly, not that big of a deal. You can see some of the trend is losing some strength as the price per share is just going sideways. So that's pretty much to be expected. But of course, we do look for it to hold over top of zero. It's a much more bullish position when that happens, because in the overall picture, we're looking for long-term upward channels to support the idea of a bullish trend for the chart. Slow stow, all the way down to the bottom, starting to make a little bit of a curl, but really not much of a read from that. There's just no momentum in the play. And again, that's pretty much to be expected, given the movement of the price per share over the last few weeks. Similar type of look with the money flow, bottomed out. Actually did hold out oversold and is giving some early on signs of some upward movement. But we want to see it above this 50 mark to show any real strength, any real bullishness. So while a little bit of an upward move is encouraging, still needs to break above that 50 mark. And of course, that's likely not going to happen until this price per share would make a sharper move upward. Relative strength index, outside of a couple little dips right through here, basically holding the upper half of that indicator. That's something that we always want to see, shows sustained bullishness in the momentum. And even with the sideways trend right now, RSI still holding over top of 50, and that's something that we want to see continue. As far as some support points go, we have to go with the idea of this lower part of the channel. And incidentally, you can see how it kind of ties in with the resistance point when it made this last little move to push through some resistance in September, right before this channel was established. Now, of course, it's very tight. It can barely even get this drawn in here, with the resistance point right there around 285 for the short-term part of that channel. And it's fair to say that that runs right up to 290, and of course the top end at those old highs right there at 295. The way that we view this is we'll look for some upward pressure to break through this little channel it's been in, this tight trading range. Like to see an increase in volume, only 109,000 shares traded on Wednesday. With that uptick in volume, I'd like to see it close at its highest level in a couple weeks, certainly pressing on this resistance right here around $2.90, and generally just for the momentum to start to gather a little bit of steam. See this MACD show that the trend's rotating back towards bullishness. And if those things start to happen, the odds of it taking out this top are greatly increased on the way to continuing this upward path. Something along those lines. Interesting chart that's really posted some very nice gains in the last couple months. You can see even going back to the beginning part of August, 50% move from low to high, still holding about 40% of those gains. And because of this pattern, it's slowly but steadily establishing. We want to keep this on radar to see if it can break out of this channel or not. One last thing I will note, if it does break down, I'd look for a little bit of support right in through here around 258, but I'd expect it to be stronger down there around $2.40. But right now our focus is primarily for upward pressure to continue the channel, and the chart to us will be much less appealing if it falls through this bottom support here in the near term. As always, merely my interpretation of the IMZ chart. I'm not a financial consultant. Strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpenny.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure, and do not base any investment decisions about any material found on the website and/or this video chart. No person employed by Allpenny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.